Hi, Cancer. Some sage and some rose petals to cleanse the negative space. 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. This is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you have Cancer anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you have had a birth chart done and know of other planetary placements in your birth chart, go ahead and tune into those readings as well. There may be messages there for you. Just because a reading is labeled Cancer or is labeled Gemini or is labeled Sagittarius doesn't mean that it's not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, if this is your first time tuning in, a little bit about the layout of this reading. When we are looking at that top row, we are looking at your professional life, your public life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. When we are looking at your second row, we are looking at your private life, your personal life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. This final row, this third row, is final thoughts, final messages, final takeaway. What is it that Spirit would like you to take away from this reading? Many times we will find that this third row really brings together, really brings together the rest of your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Cancer. What would we like Cancer to know or to be aware of? There's definitely something you're not seeing here. But before we get into the reading, let's work on our practice using our intuition. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, we just have these intuitive cards, which are black on white, various shapes, and I've just been giving the deck a quick shuffle. I will select one of these cards and send that image to you. If at any time during this reading you believe you know what that card is, just go ahead and write that in the comment section. If not, that's all right as well. At the end of the reading, we'll do a reveal and see if we were able to connect intuitively. And the foundation, the basis of this reading is the 8 of Swords. Being stuck, being unable to move. There's something that we're not seeing. We're aware of it, but we can't quite put our finger on it. And that is forced by an ending, a passionate ending. Something that you are passionate about has or is ending. And perhaps you can feel it coming, but you don't know quite what it is. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading this week, Cancer. We start off with the 6 of Pentacles. Something appears to be fair, but it is not. Something appears to be balanced, but it is not. New beginnings, new partnerships, new working relationships, new projects. Taking a pause, taking a break, thinking about it, considering it. And a deeply appreciated gift. Usually, relationships usually your working relationships with the higher ups are really cooperative and carefree. But for some reason, this week, it seems like nothing is lining up. Like we just can't get along. We just can't find a place to agree. It's like every time we think that we're reaching an agreement, are we reaching an understanding? Somebody is changing their mind. Somebody is doing something different. Or office politics pop up, and it can be very frustrating. Save yourself the argument this week, Cancer, because by this time next week, everyone will be back in agreement with you. Give them space to figure it out for themselves. There's a new beginning, a new project that is working on, that on the surface seems to be fair, on the surface seems to be balanced. And I think that you're seeing an unfairness in this situation, an unfairness in this agreement, and you're wanting to bring it to everyone's attention, but they're just not seeing it, they're just not having it. You've brought it to their attention, and now just give them a chance to think about it, give them a chance to relax and to work through that and to process. Again, like I say, by this time next week, everyone is going to be in agreement with you. There's no need to fight or hash it out or even to stress about that. And then, in your private life, we start off with the Four of Cups. Receiving something, a gift, an emotional and spiritual gift, deep appreciation, deep gratitude. Looking back at all we've done and all the work that we've put into something. And sleepless nights, stress, uncomfortableness. And when we look at this card, we can almost see that there's a form of agony. But what we also often miss is the blanket. If we look closer at that blanket, we can see that there's little flowers, little roses on that, and little protection symbols sewn into that comforter, sewn into that quilt, sewn into that blanket as a protection. You may not know it, you may not realize it at this time, but you are being divinely guided, divinely protected. And often in a reading, when I see the Nine of Pentacles, I will tell you that many times Spirit tries to speak with us in or during our dreams, during our sleep time. Our intuition also heightens during our sleeping time. And if we are experiencing frightful or odd dreams, many times that is Spirit talking with us or speaking to us, trying to communicate. And those dreams are troubling or interesting or a little bit off, in order to help us remember them during our waking hours. And if we start keeping a dream journal, many times when we start paying attention to our dreams, using a dream journal, our dreams will lessen. And so, even if there's maybe one or two aspects of your dream that you're remembering, you do a quick little internet search and really just put in dream and one or two words of the situation that you remember and see what it's trying to tell you. The more we pay attention to our dreams, the less troubling they become, the less stress, the less fear we have in regards to them. This week, and that's why we have the Queen of Pentacles here for you this week, Cancer, your intuition is heightened. And you're sensing, you're feeling underlying issues that someone close to you is having. And you may not know exactly what it is. You may not be able to put your finger on it just quite yet. But just you trusting your intuition and just your awareness will help you prepare. Is helping you prepare for when you do become aware or informed of what this is. There is a deep appreciation and a deep love towards you. And this deep appreciation and this deep love towards you is a result of your intuition, is a result of your sensitivity. And so it's like this person doesn't even need to tell you, doesn't need to even say that something's wrong. And you know that there's something wrong. And you're able to address this issue that you're sensing without them having to ask for your input or ask for your help. And that is what is needed here in this situation, Cancer. It's your ability to love and your ability to handle situations with a kindness and in a non-judgmental form. That is deeply appreciated. Perhaps this person hasn't been telling you or hasn't been letting you know how deeply appreciative of you that they are. Perhaps when you're around this person, either you are feeling or they are feeling like they're only bringing problems, that they're only bringing troubles, that they don't want to worry you, that they don't want to try you. And because you know that this person is struggling, and you know this person is not wanting to worry you, you might not be able to put your finger on it exactly, and that is what is causing this stress, this sleepless night, this agony. But Spirit wants you to know that this person really admires and really appreciates and is very grateful to have you in their lives, even if they're not worrying, or even if they're not wording it, even if they're not expressing that to you. They look at you as someone that can achieve the impossible. And because you can achieve the impossible, using your inner voice, using your inner wisdom, you are helping and guiding those around you into believing that they can achieve the impossible too. The Page of Swords, looking back at words that were spoken in the past, maybe words that were spoken by someone that was young, was inexperienced, that had not gained the wisdom of words quite yet. Maybe a little bit naive. Hangman, deep thought, deep enlightenment. This week it is enlightenment for Cancer. Mastering our fire, mastering our passions. And the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the richest card in the deck. It's about having all of the abundance. Thank you, Spirit. Many times, Cancers will pour so much into the well-being of those around them, or those that we love, that there is nothing left for ourselves. Make time to do something special just for yourself, just something of your own. It doesn't really need to be anything grand either, Cancer. It can be as simple as having a simple herbal tea in a quiet space that you enjoy. Or a nice little walk alone. But for some reason, we're needing to take quiet time for ourselves alone. And it is in that quiet time that we really do connect with our intuition. And before I let you go, Cancer, let me send you that image. Were you able to pick the T, the cross, or even the X? If you were, I'm so glad we were able to connect intuitively this week. If not, there's always next week. As I always like to say, it's about the practice, not about the perfection. And you have a blessed week, Cancer.